Have you ever stopped to think about what's really happening inside your mouth when that bad breath comes back, even after you've brushed your teeth carefully? I'm not talking about what you see in the mirror. I'm talking about what no one explains to you, what conventional dentists ignore, what might be silently destroying your confidence and social life right now. Persistent bad breath is one of the most embarrassing and misunderstood oral health problems. Millions of people deal with it every day. They wake up, brush their teeth, use mouthwash, chew gum, and yet that foul smell returns, and it comes back again and again. It's like there's something invisible, something no product can truly fix. I discovered this the hard way. For years, I believed it was simple: poor hygiene. So I brushed more, used stronger mouthwash, tried to mask the smell with mints and gum, but nothing worked. The odor always came back, often worse than before, and that's what led me to investigate what was really going on in my mouth. What I found completely changed how I understand bad breath. And I'm sharing it with you now because the truth is very different from what most people believe. The truth is that bad breath doesn't usually come just from the visible teeth. It's not just about not brushing well or having bad hygiene. The smell typically originates in completely hidden areas of the mouth, where anaerobic bacteria that live without oxygen, build up and thrive silently. These bacteria live mainly in three places: the back of the tongue, between the teeth, and in gum pockets, especially in inflamed or dry mouths where saliva can't balance the environment. When your mouth is dry, when there's silent gum inflammation, when there's biofilm buildup in areas the brush can't reach, these bacteria find the perfect breeding ground. And here's the key point. These bacteria don't just eat food scraps. They break down proteins, dead cells, blood residues, and tissue. And when they do that, they release volatile sulfur compounds. These compounds are exactly what you smell as that strong, persistent, sometimes almost nauseating odor. It's not just a smell, it's the result of a very specific biological process happening in your mouth. And here's the problem. This process can keep going even when you brush your teeth frequently, even when you use mouthwash, even when you do everything right, because regular brushing doesn't reach the root of the issue. It cleans the surface, but leaves the biological terrain producing the smell untouched. The hidden cause in the title isn't just poor hygiene, it's mainly the imbalance in the oral microbiome. It's the silent inflammation happening in your gums. It's the coated tongue covered in a white or yellow layer of biofilm. It's the dry mouth where saliva can't do its job of balancing pH and controlling bacteria. And in some cases, it's digestive issues like reflux or fermentation affecting your mouth's environment. Many products on the market just mask the odor for a few minutes. They cover the smell with strong flavors, menthol, artificial aromas, but they leave untouched the biological terrain producing the problem. It's like putting perfume on dirty clothes. The bad smell is still there, just hidden for a while. But bad breath is often a warning, a sign that something bigger is wrong in your mouth's ecosystem. And when you start investigating, you realize the smell rarely comes alone. It's usually accompanied by other signs most people ignore completely. You might have a constant bad taste in your mouth, that metallic or bitter taste that won't go away. You might have a white or yellow-coated tongue, covered in a layer that looks like dirt but is actually bacterial biofilm. You might have gum bleeding, especially when brushing or flossing. You might have yellowed teeth, sensitivity to cold, weak gums, gum recession, or that constant dry mouth feeling. These symptoms aren't isolated. They're not separate problems. They're part of the same imbalance. They're all signs that your mouth's environment is inflamed, unbalanced, and biologically favorable to harmful bacteria growth. If you're dealing with exposed tooth root, tooth loss, yellow teeth, bad breath, damaged teeth, weak gums or gum recession. I'll leave a link in the first line of the description for those who want to understand what may really be happening and what can actually help. It's there if you want to go deeper in a more complete and practical way. Now, let me be honest with you. If you ignore persistent bad breath, if you keep just masking the smell, if you keep the microbiome imbalance, if you keep the silent inflammation, the consequences will be progressive. The smell will get worse. The inflammation will increase, the gums will bleed more, and eventually, you might start losing teeth. But here's what no one tells you. Truly fixing bad breath requires restoring your mouth's internal environment. It's not complicated. It's not expensive. It doesn't require surgery. It just requires understanding what's happening and changing the biological terrain, allowing the problem to continue. The real path involves 5 main things. First, you need to rebalance the oral microbiome. That means restoring beneficial bacteria in your mouth. The bacteria that eat the bad ones produce substances that control pH and keep the environment healthy. Second, you need to reduce inflammation. That means eliminating inflammatory foods and adding anti-inflammatory ones like ginger, turmeric, garlic, and omega-3 rich fish. Third, you need to properly clean the tongue, not just with the brush, but with specific techniques that remove biofilm without damaging the tissue. Fourth, you need to care for the gum line with proper brushing and deep cleaning. And fifth, you need to stimulate saliva production and reduce habits in foods that favor odor-producing bacteria. When you change your mouth's environment, when you restore balance, the smell stops being just masked. It starts getting resolved at the source. The bad bacteria lose ground. The good bacteria take over. And the smell disappears naturally. Oral probiotic products make a lot of sense in this context. They help repopulate the mouth with beneficial bacteria. They help reduce the space occupied by bacteria producing sulfur compounds. They help restore the balance that's been lost. Because persistent bad breath isn't just a brushing failure, it's a biological signal that wrong bacteria are dominating hidden areas of your mouth. And if you want something that supports this process more directly, especially if bad breath comes with weak gums, gum loss, yellow teeth, damaged teeth, or exposed roots, the first link in the description is there for that. I am leaving it for people who want to understand the deeper cause and support the mouth from the inside out. Persistent bad breath, even after brushing, is usually linked to the growth of sulfur-producing bacteria in an unbalanced, inflamed, and often dry oral environment, especially on the tongue, gums, and areas where regular hygiene doesn't reach alone. The real solution isn't masking the smell. It's correcting the biological terrain, allowing it to keep existing. You started this video believing bad breath was just a simple hygiene issue. But now you understand the smell was just the visible symptom of a much deeper imbalance inside your mouth. And that understanding changes everything. If you want to apply these discoveries to your life, if you want to truly fix bad breath, if you want to regain your confidence in social life, I invite you to subscribe to the channel now. Because what you just learned is only the beginning. There are many more oral health secrets no one tells you. There are many more problems you might be facing right now without even knowing. And I'll reveal each one of them. In the next video, we'll explore another oral problem affecting millions: bleeding gums. That blood showing up when you brush or floss. We'll discover the hidden causes, the ones conventional dentists ignore, and the solutions that actually work. Subscribe to the channel now. Turn on notifications. Because the next video could change your life the same way this one changed mine.